talk to a lot of these young cats, and they got some good music, and they got a good look, got good personality, but you ask them about their social media presence and they have none, or they got 200 followers and they've been on social media for 6 years. Like, yo, dude, you know, it's way too easy for an executive or somebody who wants to spend their money to look on social media and see somebody with a following and say, you know what, I'd rather invest in this guy. He may not be as talented, but he already has a following. That means that I have a consumer base that I can immediately start selling product to. Otherwise, I'm going to have to create a consumer base. And so if I have to do that, then it makes my job harder. It makes my risk greater. And so I don't think that oftentimes artists really think of what an executive is really looking for and how an executive thinks. And you got these free outlets like Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and YouTube. And you got cats out there that's getting on every day because they got these followings. And a lot of them are going to the next level like that. Now, some cats, I'm gonna tell you just straight up, man, some of these dudes are just lazy. Some of it is being distracted, having, some type of attention deficit disorder. But a lot of it, man, is just cats being lazy, man, and burning out real fast at the first sign of trouble.
Well, let me ask you a really honest question. And I've had similar conversations with other artists. For example, Lil Yachty, he was putting out his music through SoundCloud, but it just so happened that this one, Instagram comedian used one of his songs in a skit, and the skit went viral, which in turn brought a lot of attention to his song one night. And now he ran with opportunity. Right. And he told me straight up in our interview that had that not happened, he'd be a broke SoundCloud rapper, going to college right now. I mean, it's crazy the way the internet works because, and this is not to take anything away from what you've done because you took it and you ran with it like crazy. But had that not happened, you could still be that struggling SoundCloud rapper.
Struggling college SoundCloud rapper, yeah. But I feel like, bro, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and listen, and at the end of the day, it's not about the opportunity you get, it's what you do with that opportunity.
That's what I've been trying to say, you know what I'm saying, 100%.
If James Prince didn't see the vision of what you guys were doing and put his money and influence behind the Geto Boys, do you think that Willie D would have became a professional rapper?
It's quite possible, no. Because he was one of the few who had the ambition and the money to back it up. And, he believed in the product. Okay, he believed in what we were doing. And that's very, very important when you have somebody, because people will invest in you. And then if they don't see something happening fast enough, hey man, they'll get distracted or, they'll get discouraged and then they'll bounce on you. So it's a lot of artists out there who are stuck in contracts and their careers are dormant because the people that they're signed to is just idle, and they've moved on to other things. And so this rap thing, it is very, very expensive to do this, to get in here from an executive side of things and do it the right way. Unless, of course, you jump on a train that's already moving. And that's what a lot of guys are doing. They're jumping on these trains that are already moving. But I'm talking about starting from scratch, especially, you got to think about the climate back in 89, 86 when we started, when he started, Jay started the label, like it was nothing. That was nothing to emulate, nothing, at least in the South down here, especially in Houston, nothing to emulate. I know Luke had his thing going. I can't remember exactly when Luke hit the scene, but I know Luke had his entrepreneur thing going on. But other than Luke, that definitely was nothing. And Florida was a world away. Florida may as well have been in China to us, especially to some broke dudes, I ain't have no money. So somebody had to have the vision and the courage to see it through. And he did that. There was a lot of other artists that were, before Jay, a lot of artists was just hoping that they could make it to New York someday, get enough money to get out to New York to get a deal, or get to California to do a deal, or hopefully somebody from one of those cities would see them on stage performing when they were in Houston or something along those lines. That was all that was out there. So you can't ever like take that away from Jay. He did that. A lot of times, people say, well, tell me what it is that you value, and the way you see that is you look at a person's budget. If a person says that, well, I value community relations, and I'm big on giving back, and then you look at their budget, and they've only given away $30 to the Red Cross over the last 5 years or something. Are you really a philanthropist, man? Are you playing games? But you look at that budget, and you see that, half of your income, 80% of your income is going toward your business. 90% of your income is going into your business. There's something to be said about that.
Oh yeah, my monthly, my monthly burn rate really just churns my stomach when I look at it. The amount of money it costs for this Midtown Manhattan office, all my staff members, all the high-end equipment, the computers, the my programmers, my everything. Yeah, man. It's one of those things where we gotta we gotta make a lot of money because it costs us a lot of money to make this.
Exactly.